All right, so if you're an online coach right now in 2025 and you are struggling to get clients, believe me that this video is definitely for you. I'm gonna be uncovering the exact system I use with my clients, and this system allows them to get over $4.2 million as an online coach in the past 2 years. And for the purpose of this video, I'm gonna be uncovering the exact system. I'm gonna be going deep into the process that we use for that. So without further ado, let's get into it, yeah? So first of all, you need to understand, and by the way, this is not just a content system or whatever, this is a complete system, right? This is not just a normal funnel, but this is a complete system that people aren't paying attention to right now, and we are applying. So this is not just theory or something that you can see on some courses or some YouTube videos. This is something that we are right now applying with my clients, right? So first of all, as I was saying, we'll have traffic in a short form style. So you need to leverage short form. I'm not saying that you need to go viral, you need to be an influencer. And by the way, this is the worst thing that can happen to you. So you don't want to be viral or be an influencer as an online coach, right? So you're going to be using, right, Instagram Reels, or maybe, not maybe TikTok, but YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels with hooks to talk to your potential customer. But how will you do this? You will do this using the reverse engineer, right? So reverse engineering is not something that I invented, but it's basically knowing what your ICP, your potential customer, the people that you want to be buying from you really thinks or really struggles with, and with reverse engineer, use that struggle or that objection and create content around that specific thing. So for example, if you are an online coach, most of my clients are online coaches. So if you are an online coach, for example, you can use something like why you are not losing fat and how to do it, right? So maybe their problem is that they don't lose fat because they don't have a correct plan, or they struggle with the diet, or they are not consistent, whatever, right? So you are gonna put a CTA saying comment plan or follow for part 2, right? This also works really good. So you are not using a CTA, but you are just telling them to follow your account, because if they like this reel, the next reel you will post will make even more sense. So how do you do this? You do interaction, then soft CTA, simple structure, and the first part is going to be an emotional hook. But this is the most basic part of this system. This is not the system at all. So this is just so that you understand how to get people to buy from you or to come to your profile. But the first thing you're going to do is you're going to be using easy yes CTAs. What does it mean? You need to have micro conversions. So it could be maybe, let's open this. It could be maybe just a CTA of following you, right? Maybe follow me for more, maybe just a follow, to comment, have a poll vote, whatever you want to use. So the goal here is really to start an interaction with no friction with that person, and you don't need to be asking people to DM you, or maybe selling them or telling them to book a call right after they know you, because this is what's happening right now in 2025. So back then, funnels were used this way, right? This is a funnel that you use. So in the first part, we have the attraction part. Here we have the sale part, the conversion part, and here is the nurturing part. So right now, I see a lot of coaches going straight from here, right, from the attraction part directly to the sale part, and this doesn't work. Why is it that this doesn't work? Because right now, attention in 2025 is at an all-time low. So you need to have to build trust within your potential customers. So in order to build trust, you need to expend way more time here in the nurturing part. This is really important. So don't rush to go here for the sale. Don't do that, right? Don't do that. Just spend more time here in the nurturing part, right? So how do you do this? You encourage your followers to make an interaction with you, then they comment and they make an engagement, or maybe they use an emoji to vote or whatever, and they reply to polls. So they start interacting with you so that it can allow you to go to the second part, which is really important. And I will get into it right now, right? So the second part or the second step is that you need to be nurturing them via stories, right? You need to be using Instagram stories to nurture them. And how do you do that? You do that by using or by leveraging storyblogs, right? Let me use here, by leveraging storyblogs. What's a storyblogs? A storyblogs is, as I told you before, Storyblogs is a system that will make your Instagram stories really make sense for your potential customer, not just I don't know, empty things or just telling in the stories to reply you the word, I don't know, change to have you helping them. But in order for that to happen, you need to spend more time in the nurturing part. So you will use storyblogs. The storyblogs is a stories where you have the first story, which is hook, the second story, which is the problem they have, third is the problem solving, right? The fourth is the social proof, so someone that used this problem solving mechanism, and the last one is right now the CTA, the call to action. So you can use polls, you can use quizzes, you can use proof that your clients are making it, and you can just use CTAs. But some examples you can use for this part for Nutri is before and afters. You can use also tips that your clients leverage or something like that, so that in the last part you can go you can get them to the DM, and then you can start your conversation, right? We will see how to do it later on, right? So this way you build curiosity and you have reply triggers that will start conversation with you or your setter in the DM, right? So this is in stories. In post, if you make just, this was reels, right? This was stories. And if you use posts, you need to understand something, right? You are not here, as I told you before, you are not here to go viral. You are not here to go viral. You are here to get more clients, to have more money in your business, and to live better. Have a better quality of life. That's it. Don't fool yourself. This is what you really want. So in order for that, you need to be doing positioning posts, mainly carousels. And I know that your carousels won't get as much engagement as reels, for example, but that's not the purpose. The purpose of doing carousels is that once you are using those reels, once you are nurturing those people with stories, you can just attack them with those positioning posts. For example, it could be breaking a belief that person have, explaining the what your clients get from your coaching, whatever, right? But it's really important that you explain the outcome, not the vehicle. What do I mean by this? In 2025 right now, people aren't buying coaching. People aren't buying your coaching service, right? They are buying you as a coach. So you need to build authority and to build trust between you and your potential customer in order for them to buy you. Because if you only, and this is what most coaches do, if you only sell the vehicle, so if you only sell your system, your program, or your method, people are not going to be connecting with you. You need to make them know that you are the one, that you are the coach that they really want. So that way you need to explain the outcome, not the vehicle. They know you, right? They know you, they trust you. Now they need to trust the outcome. And later on, you will explain the vehicle, but it's not important right now. So an example could be something like this. So how for example, how Josh lost 3 kilograms or 3 pounds without doing X thing that the ICP hates. This is really important, right? So how do you structure correctly your positioning post? You structure them by saying how to do something, how to get to something that really your potential customer wants without doing something that your potential customer hates. And you can also do with how to do something without doing this, even if you think that this is not possible. So this way you are breaking the limiting belief that person has, right? So then you can also add the CTA, right? So how does it work in a practical manner? So you will have carousels, right? So visual content, here. So visual content as a carousel here, you will have this. Then you will have belief breaking insights, as I told you. Then once you explain the outcome, you can start explaining your system or the overview of your system, because here people already trust you, so you can start explaining your system, but not from here to here. You need to spend more time in the nurturing part, right? And then you can add a mini CTA so that you can promote or sell or whatever your program in the DMs. But this is not that easy. You cannot do this that easy. Let me tell you that there's a possibility that if you use the first, second, and third step, you can just go to a call and then have them buy for you. But I'm gonna be explaining you how you can go one step further and do things differently. Because if I'm telling you that you can have 5 clients in the next week, you're gonna be doing things that not most people are doing. So once you finish this, and as I see, I'm not just saying post reels, post carousels, post stories. This has a system connected that will make it work. So the next step would be a mini training. By the way, this is not a VSL. This is a mini training so that your potential customer can have more connection with you and can understand that you are really the coach that he or she wants, right? So you're going to be sending, right? Yeah, let me use here. You're going to be sending a 10 to 15 minute video explaining your method. Right now, yes, you're going to be explaining your method. You're going to be including transformation story, the steps they need to follow, and this way you will position this as a free breakdown, not as a sale video. It's going to be a free breakdown. So how does it work, or what would be the structure for this video, right? So the structure would be the following. You will first identify the target audience, right? So talk to that exact potential customer you have. Then you will introduce the system overview, and you will showcase how that system works in a practical manner. So how you have a client example that already did those same steps. Then you will include a soft CTA. A soft CTA could be book a consultation call here, or just go back to the DMs where I send you this and talk to me again so that we can do. As you are seeing, what I'm explaining to you here has a lot of things, a lot of steps. So if this is really overwhelming for you, you can just have a setter in your team. You can have a setter, which is a person that will be sending DMs in your behalf, and you don't even need to worry about this. And this person will not cost you any money. They will only charge you money once they do the sale. So if they do sale, they will have a little percentage. So if this is like really overwhelming for you, just use a setter, right? So the next step would be the DM nurturing. So you need to use question frameworks. So you need to use question frameworks saying the following, right? So first of all, what's your goal, right? So my goal maybe is to lose weight. Okay, so what's the blockage? What's something that's blocking you from getting there? Okay, so maybe what's blocking them is that they don't stick to a diet, or the diet they have with their coach is not the best. Okay, so right now, if that's the blockage, what are you doing to solve that? What are you doing to solve that? Okay, so maybe they aren't doing anything because they don't know how to do it. Okay, so last you will be asking, okay, so what did you do before to get it? Why didn't you get it? And what's your goal right now with this conversation? And they will tell you, and they will build connection with you, and they will open to you so that then you can use the CTA, right? So this way, the thing is that you use voice notes, you use custom replays, and don't pitch really early. Offer value in those DMs. Offer the most value you can, so that then the people will ask you for that. So first, you ask the goal. So you initiate that conversation, inquire about users' objectives, so the objectives that person has. Then they are not getting it. So you will ask the struggle. So you will understand the challenges the user, your potential customer, faces in achieving their goals. You will then ask, okay, so if those are the problems, what are the habits that you have right now? And with that in mind, then not before, right? But with that in mind, is now when you can ask or offer your solution. So you can present them a tailored solution based on the insight gathered. And this way, with this fifth step, the sixth step here is going to be really easy. So the closing strategy is going to be really easy. Why? Because you don't force the video call for that potential customer to book. So the gain or really the goal of booking that call is really to just confirm that they really want you to help them. So don't close in the DMs, book a call here, right? And in the call, you need to use emotional connection, social proof with your clients, with results, and also reframe. This is really important. You need to reframe the price as an investment in himself. So this way, if you have the person knowing that the price is an investment, let me use the laser here. So if you have the price as an investment, right, you also have the framing for urgency. Not urgency because you are going to be closing your spots, but before the more that potential customer wants to stop or wants to don't take that decision, it's going to be harder for them to achieve that. So then you have the transformation farming, and then is when you can close the deal with that CTA, and you can have that person to buy you directly in the call, right? So all in all, that was it, to be honest. I think 60 minutes, 25 seconds. That was it, to be honest. So I hope you found this helpful. I think it was really, really, really insightful, but I hope you found this really helpful. There's no CTA here. If you want to work with me, you know where to find me. But right now, I'm sure that YouTube will pop a video here in the right side, just recommending you another video of my channel. So make sure to watch it, because I'm sure that it will help you, because I make videos every single week with the things that work with me and my clients, and you can just take advantage for them for free. So yeah, without further ado, let's see you in the next video. Bye bye.